Welcome to Living Once Twice, a lifestyle design and personal adventure podcast. My name is Justin. Come with me as I'm here to help you chart your course for creating the fulfilling life you desire. Join me as every Wednesday we'll dive into the inspiring guest stories, remarkable science, and useful strategies to help you create the momentum you need to take action towards designing your dream life. Remember, your dream life is waiting for you. It's time to go for it. You deserve it. Greetings, y'all. Welcome back to Living Once Twice, the place where we rewrite narratives, reinvent ourselves, and reimagine our lives. Before we dive into today's episode, just a reminder, if you are enjoying the show, I'd be grateful for your support by sharing the Living Once Twice podcast on Instagram, LinkedIn, leaving us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Living Once Twice for more content updates. In the last episode, we discussed the importance of taking ownership and full accountability for our lives and how the practice of stepping into and embracing responsibility is everything. It's critical to transforming the transformation process when it comes to any area of our lives. So with respect to that, I want to talk about creating transformation and manifestation, as I believe we must all accept the truth that we cannot cheat or shortcut the process. I know we live in an age of instant gratification, viral success, microwave results, but please don't let any of that fool you. Shortcuts or the focus on quick results is exactly that. It will work short term, but you better believe not only will those results fade, but your ability to maintain that success will be in jeopardy once life comes by and shapes up your foundation. Trust me, I can relate to that. So if you want to have deep, lasting success in whatever process you're undertaking, that could be developing your best body, healing your heart, finding love, building financial freedom, achieving success in your business, you have to have the bedrock of putting in honest work and maintaining a firm will. So what do I mean by all of this? Well, in this episode, I'm going to offer you 3 important reminders regarding the journey, along with some insight that I gained from the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F by Mark Manson, who offers a very insightful and counterintuitive way to go about your life that requires us to all set aside all excuses and start taking an active inventory in our life. And by doing that, we can find meaning in our pain, in our problems, and in our shortcomings. So the first reminder that I want to share with you when it comes to this whole aspect of not cheating ourselves out of the process, not shortcutting the process, is that we have to let go of the bare minimum mindset. We got to break through the bare minimum. And too many of us, including myself, have forgotten about that equation of success. And there's a beautiful quote in the book, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, which is, he who would accomplish little needs sacrifice little. He who would achieve much must sacrifice much. He who would attain highly must sacrifice greatly. We want to be rewarded sometimes for putting in the least amount of effort, or there's a sense of entitlement that comes from how special we fantasize ourselves to be. But you can't outsmart natural laws. We reap what we sow, meaning our future consequences, our future results are inevitably shaped by our present actions. And specifically, I want to really break down the word consequences, because I know when my brain hears the word consequences, I think negatively, but by definition, consequences is just by definition a result or an effect of an action or condition. So if we bear minimum results by claiming We want to improve our bodies and our health. So we go to the gym, but then choose to eat fast food, the chips, the cookies, because we feel so justified that we just spent 15 minutes on a treadmill. We can't expect good long-term results from that action, from the conditions of our actions. We can't expect our online business, our YouTube channel, our social media channel to gain traction if we only sporadically post or too shy about putting ourselves out there, or things are perfect, or we won't want to do the deep dive into the research of our target audience and really put in that work to show that our content provides value. We can't expect to have thriving relationships if we don't invest the time to listen, to learn, to set boundaries, and to work on ourselves so that we can show up more loving, patient, attentive, compassionate, and in gratitude for the other person. And y'all know I can go on, but those are the results that are directly related to our willingness and depending on what we want to do more, to want more, and to expect more beyond the bare minimum. Now, I'm not talking about running yourself into the ground of exhaustion or where you're compromising your own health and integrity and well-being. No, I'm talking about what are you doing with that extra hour in the morning before you go to work or before you go to bed? Are you coming from the going to the gym even on days when you aren't there? Like, what are you doing outside of that? What are you putting in your body? You know, are you going the extra step beyond the bare minimum? And this applies across the board in so many different areas and facets of our life. But it brings me to the next part because in addition to breaking away from the bare minimum mindset, we must accept the truth, which is that pain, it's a part of the process. When it comes to the transformation we want to see in our life, we must accept that we will experience some level of pain. I get that when it comes to the experience of pain and discomfort, our brains do not like that uncertainty. They do not like to open itself up and put itself at exposure or risk of anything, that risk of being vulnerable, the risk of being wrong, the risk of being sore, the risk of security, anything unknown or outcome that's unknown. But to get to that other side of the track, you and I have to understand that there's no way through but through, which means we have to take some sort of leap. And you have to bet on yourself that you are going to get through that unknown, uncertain risk, pain that comes with the process. Because you deserve what's on the other side, that new life, that newfound peace, that new confidence, that newfound respect, clarity, love, voice, joy, you name it. But if that's not the current state of things in your life at this moment, you and I, we must go deeper to transform things. Understanding, as I noted, it will be uncomfortable. It will be unsettling at times, but be in order for us to reach those new heights, to reach those new levels, we just got to go deeper than we've ever gone before. And it will require us to do some new things that we've never done. There's no other way to put it. And the brain will try to protect you. And in our next episode, life coach Bring Your Brain is going to talk a lot about the science of our brains and how it does try to protect us, especially when we want to put ourselves out there. If you're in trying to manifest a new business, a new relationship, but that spider sense of the risk, while it will feel much more comfortable and better than the faith that we have in the reward, we have to get ourselves ready to embrace that. And there's so many examples across our life. I mean, it could be, hey, it doesn't feel good getting out of that warm bed in the morning at 5 a.m. to embrace the cold air when you go for that workout or that morning run. It doesn't feel good or it doesn't feel good placing that boundary of not hanging around with specific people or going to specific places that you once enjoyed when you know you need to take your life in a different direction. It doesn't feel good sitting down with yourself for 10 minutes a day to be still when your brain has this running list of different items that it wants to check off, text messages that it wants to send, other worries that it wants to fill those 10 minutes with. And it doesn't feel good to crave out 30 minutes, 60 minutes every morning, every evening to spend time working on your business plan, working on your content, reaching out to prospects, just rolling up your sleeves and bringing that business, that coaching practice, that social media channel to life. It feels more comfortable to, let's face it, watch another episode of your favorite show, scroll down those endless feeds on social media, go down the YouTube rabbit hole. Avoiding pain for comfort and pleasure, it's so understandable, but it doesn't bear any great fruits for any of us in the long run. We will remain delayed, we will remain detached, we will remain disconnected from our power, from our purpose, from our plans, for our peace, for our lives. On a personal note, for myself, for the longest time, I did not want to experience or feel any pain. So I projected it, I numbed it, I avoided it, I deflected it upon others. I carried this victim mentality. And instead of doing that deep, dark, painful work, I didn't want to dive into any of those shadow parts of myself. Instead, I wanted to focus on feeling comfortable, leaning into my laziness, leaning into that fear, guilt. And that wasn't bringing about any of the transformation or the healing that I needed to do. And if that's an area when it comes to your emotional journey, your wellness journey, that is going to be key. And when you can accept that, okay, we've all survived a long time learning how to numb, learning how to cope, learning how to run from our pain. But if we can also now accept that, we're probably going to be much better off if we can learn how to sit with the pain, sit with the process. Because as I pointed to earlier, we want what's on the other side. And the current status and the current way we're doing things isn't bringing that about. And so we must embrace this pain. And this brings me to kind of the last part and reminder that I want to point out to you, which is there's a difference between trying and training. I'll go back to what the great philosopher Yoda from Star Wars said to Luke when Luke was confronted with an intimidating situation and said that I'll try. Yoda said, no, try not. Do or do not. There is no try. There, no giving a try. This was a pivotal reminder to me that was also shared by upcoming guest, Dr. David Hawkins, when it comes to just working on yourself. When you say you will try something, think about that for a second. To try something implies that, okay, you don't have full confidence in yourself versus saying that I'm going to train to be a better me. Trying mentality, it gives us this easy space to give up because it's like we can give a half-hearted effort, right? But the concern here is trying is different than just failing. Because failing, listen, that's a natural part of the process, right? Giving up, it's totally different because when you give up, that can't be the mentality that we have when we're faced with what we would consider an intimidating task. And our next guest, Brenda Bain, is also going to talk about this. And so instead of trying, we need to focus on training. So it's not trying to eat better. No, train yourself to do it. Structure your week. There's many different examples out there. Some people do the whole meatless Monday. Some people research the foods that they eat. You don't have to have junk food in the house. Do you drink water first thing in the morning? That's the difference when it comes to if you're looking to improve the area of your health and your wellness. Say you're looking to be entrepreneurial. You don't try to launch that business. No, you train yourself to do it through your actions. Enroll in that course. Get up 30 minutes early to learn about that field. Seek out people doing that thing and learn from them. You don't try to be a better partner. You train for it. You intentionally have conversations with your partner to work through things. You train by healing yourself so that you're not projecting. You train to listen, to be more emotionally supportive. You put in the effort, go on a date, get yourself that coach. This mindset can be this training mindset versus trying mindset can be applied across the board in your life. So to bring this thing full circle when it comes to all of the different aspects that I talk about how we have to overcome that bare minimum mindset, how we've got to understand that pain is a part of the process, and how we have to understand that there is no trying, there's only training to get better. We, again, cannot shortcut the process. There is just something that we have to accept, and we got to understand like the results of it. It's that, going back to the book, As a Man Thinketh, good actions can never bear bad fruit. It can never bear bad results. Bad actions can never produce good results. This is simply saying that our efforts, you and I, our efforts are going to bear us fruit. And if we don't like the fruit that we've been producing when it comes to our health and wellness, our relationships, our entrepreneurial goals, our financial goals, our peace, then it is time to roll up our sleeves and let's go to work. We each have a divine responsibility to look at ourselves, deeply look at ourselves, deeply and critically analyze ourselves, all aspects, and shine light onto the ugly parts, the shadow parts, and do whatever work is necessary to heal that. We've got to conquer those voices, those lazy voices, those fearful voices inside, and they don't take any days off. And we've got to find a way, or we've got to make a way to do the things that we didn't do before. So stay on your grind, stay disciplined, stay obedient. I know that you're ready to heal. I know that you are ready to heal the insecurities. I know that you're ready to heal the imposter syndrome because you're not no imposter. I know that you're ready to heal those insecurities that are fueling you to need the validation, or to put you on autopilot where you're procrastinating, or you've got undisciplined habits or excuses, where you're just giving away your free will and your power to other forces. I know you're ready to put in that honest effort with your diet. I know that you're willing and ready to put in that honest effort in that friendship, in that relationship. I know you're ready to put in that honest effort in creating and launching your business. So let's get to work. Will it be difficult? Yes. Will it be hard? Yes. Will it be uncertain? Yes. Will there be moments where you're like, this isn't fair? Yes. However, there is still goodness to be found, discovered, enjoyed, and most importantly, created. So let's train ourselves in this season of the journey, because that hard work, that's going to mold us to the better versions of ourselves. The challenges and the obstacles that we're going to encounter, what that's going to give us is the resilience, the perseverance that we need to remain in that mindset of training, of working, and striving. So, folks, that's it for today's show. I want to thank you again for your presence and tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode, please show your support by sharing the Living Once Twice podcast on Instagram, LinkedIn, leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Also, be sure to give us a follow on Instagram at Living Once Twice for more content updates, reaching out to you all through the time and the space that separates us. Say, remember, your dream life is waiting for you. It's time to go for it. You deserve it. Catch you later. Living Once Twice.